Welcome to DR TSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shivaprasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab. Hello and a warm welcome to Gurutululu B.V. Subba Rao garu after a long time. Now this show is being beamed from Hyderabad and Kerala, God's own country, literate state. Power cuts, even today we don't have power. Daily power on and off with fluctuations. Honorable CM, Kerala State Electricity Board, and from where Pala is being beamed, they have one, not the other reason. So totally Kerala, almost entire state is running on inverters or other sources of energy. And what KSEB doing with its source of energy, we do not know, because today is World Earth Day. Amply reflected in Subba Rao Gari philosophy, all the resources and all the natural elements, they all belong to the citizenry of this state, country, and the world. Are we judiciously utilizing them? Is there proper governance? What the resources are there, but the governance has become corrupt or inefficient or illegitimately illiterate. I am referring God's own country, no one protests. They simply go and buy inverters. And what is happening out to our resources? The Mother Earth, why is it getting warmer day and day? In the name of development, destroying forests and everything. He will speak now. Sir, over to you, sir.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఇది కనెక్ట్ చేయనీకి వస్తలేదు షేరింగ్.
ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి నేను
పిపిటి ఓపెన్ అయింది కానీ
ఇప్పుడు ఓపెన్ చేయండి. ఇప్పుడు స్క్రీన్ మీద ఉన్నారు మీరు.
ఓపెన్ చేసే ఉంది.
అంటే ఇక్కడ దీనికి లింక్ కాలేదు సార్.
అదే అంటున్నా, మళ్ళీ చేయాలనా?
మళ్ళీ చేయండి, మళ్ళీ చేయండి. ప్రపంచ ధాత్రి దినోత్సవం, విపరీతమైన వేడి, పాలకులకు కాని రీతంలో పాలన. సార్
ఓపెన్ చేసి
రావడం లేదు స్క్రీన్ పై. పాలకులకు పాలనపై పట్టు లేకపోవడం, ఉన్నటువంటి వనరుల దోపిడీ యథేష్టగా జరపడం. మేము ఇప్పుడు కేరళ నుంచి చేస్తా ఉన్నాం. ఇక్కడ పవర్ లేదు, ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ లేదు. రోజు చెట్లు అంటారు, ఇది అంటారు, రోజు పోతుంటుంది విద్యుత్ శక్తి. ఎప్పుడు వస్తుందో ఎప్పుడు పోతుందో వాళ్ళకి తెలియదు. అంటే పాలన కుంటు పడిందా, పాలన సరిగ్గా లేదా? వెదర్ the elected government is aware of what is happening, do they have control over governance, and this governance have control over resources so that people do not suffer. Nothing is happening. Sir, నాకు పంపండి సార్, నేను I'll play it. ఎందుకంటే మనం లెట్స్ నాట్ లూజ్ టైం.
అది నాకు మెయిల్ కనెక్ట్ అయితే లేదు ఎందుకు.
Collapsing governance and depleting resources, today's topic. And unfortunately, they are not allowing us to connect in a proper way, technical way. BSNL, I've been complaining, I've put a case in the Telangana High Court. Is there any phone tapping? Those nonsensical officials, till today, they have not bothered. Neither have signals this way, nor there is power, but still alternate sources we are trying to at least bring to the jurisdiction, I mean, notice of the citizens.
శివ గారు, ఇది డిఆర్ఎస్టి
DRTSPR
పిఆర్
SHOW
అదే show9gmail.com.
అంతే.
ఓకే,
ఇంకా రాలేదు సార్ మీది. I have not yet received your mail. అదర్వైజ్ యూ స్టార్ట్ సార్. మీరు
వచ్చేసింది మీకు. జూమ్ ఏమైంది?
ఇట్ హెస్ కమ్ సార్. ఇప్పుడు వచ్చింది. ఐఎమ్ డిస్ప్లేయింగ్.
వచ్చింది కదా, కొంచెం ఫుల్ స్క్రీన్ చేస్తావా? నాకు జూమ్ బయట పోయింది, ఏం అర్థమవుతలేదు.
లేదు, ఇది కావాలని సార్, కుట్రలో భాగం ఇది, వేరే ఏం లేదు. అట్లీస్ట్ వీఆర్ ట్రయింగ్ టు హ్యావ్ రిసోర్సెస్.
ఎస్ సార్.
యా సార్, ప్లీజ్ గో హెడ్.
యా, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ డాక్టర్ శివప్రసాద్ రెడ్డి గారు. టుడే వరల్డ్ ఎర్త్ డే, which was started in 1970 by Nelson Gaylord, the Senator of the US. And the most important thing is, since then, every year we are celebrating World Earth Day, conducting, reviewing, auditing, and everything. But thing is, year after the year, the things have gone down. You can go faster. There are interesting photographs. I do not want to lose them. Okay, go down. You see, today, a second country has joined where the glaciers have vanished. The first country was Slovenia in Europe, and today Venezuela in South Africa. And many more are in pipeline. What is happening to it? The permanent freezing snow is vanishing. The snow line is moving up and up in Himalayas. Nobody is bothered. And the gross violations of gross violations of environment regulations. There is no environment impact assessment. There is no disaster risk assessment. And everything has been. And today, unfortunately, there is no global governance. In 90s, they have created an hype. They said, one world, one earth, one family, one future. The one future is only for the rich people who can afford to buy gold at 1 lakh rupees and an acre of land with 100 crores. Little slow, we go little slow. So what is happening on there? This is the Aral Sea. Out of the greed, they did not allow the fresh water to go into the sea, and the ships are lying in the sand. Next, please. మీరు వెళ్తా ఉండండి, నేను మాట్లాడతాను. No place, Antarctica, both the poles, the ice is melting rapidly. Next. మీరు చెప్తా ఉండండి, నేను చెప్తూ. Climate is changing. Climate does not recognize the geopolitical boundaries. The Everest, Himalayas, the melting, it will wash away the Bangladesh. So we need to come together. But today, the world has been divided into multipolar system. War against Ukraine. Average loss in India itself is 4 billion every monsoon. Next. Okay, this is 2005 Mumbai floods, and this is the situation every city is seeing. Earth, right from the local area to the global, the cities have been destroyed. The planning has been butchered. And flood loss in Andhra Pradesh itself is 1,100 crores per annum. This is the situation. And today, Andhra Pradesh is separate, changing climate discourse. You see, things are moving, no academic research, no applicability of the research findings. We are still struggling. And the most unfortunate thing happened this month is the silent valley which Indira Gandhi, late Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister, who stood like a rock and saved it, protected it. Present government has given a national highway clearance through the buffer zone of silent. And this is the toxic foams everywhere, Bangalore and Hyderabad.
I'm trying to come to that which you have said now about the national highway clearance. From there, we can again restart.
No, that is there separately actually in your WhatsApp.
Oh, yeah, that I'll try to show.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Now you can add from here. If you have any,
అసలు వస్తుందే లేదు వచ్చిన కిరికిరి so this is the situation and how do we go, where do we go, and we talk of global governance and all on the name of one family, one future, one earth. They have captured, they have direct access to Hyderabad, but our boys do not have access to the colleges of ESA. America lost its image as bigger brother who protects the vulnerable. And today it is all the behavior is something like a pretty country. And nobody intervened in the Ukraine Russian war, and time and again Seoul, it also comes into the newspapers. The world resources are depleting rapidly, glaciers are vanishing, and nobody bothers about the third polar region, the Himalayas, where the glaciers are melting fast and highways are constructed with a rapid speed. So this is the situation, and how do we look at it? In India, we very proudly say Vasudhaika Kutumbam. We are a big family, and this is the future for to get a one bucket of water. And this is the situation. The water depleted, glaciers are depleted, air is polluted, open spaces are shrinking. So how do we go about it? So it is now or never. People have to wake up and call for a, a peaceful Gandhian movement to save the natural resources right from the panchayat to Leave it, Shiv Prasad Reddy garu.
I'm trying to show.
Please conclude.
No, I'm trying to show uh, the national highways photograph which you have sent,
Ah,
because that is an interesting aspect how the governance is becoming lethargic day by day, and how they are trying to destroy the spirit of governance. That's what I just wanted to show. But anyhow, sir, now what would be your conclusion now?
you see, the resources from our local villages to the global level are depleting fast. And America has withdrawn from the Paris Accord. So it is for the citizens of this globe have to come forward and make the things to happen. Make the governments and the governance to act according to the international agreements. 2030 is the Sustainable Development Goals target, and we are not talking of disaster management, and disasters are increasing. And the latest one is Myanmar and Thailand earthquake. So, how do we address these things? How do we mainstream in the political governance? Governments are meant for, look after the welfare of the people, protect their resources. They are the trustees all over the world in a democratic system. We are not honoring this. We are not respecting it. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
The other slide is that buffer zone. Is the Silent Valley buffer zone for national highway development. What is this? The Wildlife Board clears it. And recently, the Kanche, Gachibowli, thanks to Supreme Court, its intervention to stop the massacre of the forest areas. Still we are struggling to define what is a forest.
Silent. This is in Kerala, Palakkad to Kozhikode highway. Wildlife Board clears proposal to use Silent Valley buffer zone for national highway development. But why Supreme Court? Supreme Court is very discriminatory. We have seen in Hyderabad Central Agriculture University, it is keeping quiet. Damagundam, it is keeping quiet. And we don't know where it is trying to interfere and why it is trying to interfere. Also, Supreme Court is so confused. And because of this also, don't you think these things are affecting the governance and the resources?
Yeah, it is true. Courts also cannot act on selective issues. Okay? Law is law.
Yeah.
It's equal to everybody. Unless and until I feel, it's time to review and debate on these issues of environment impact assessments versus the financial losses, human losses, life losses, and also look into the disaster management things. And the much more committed thing is the sustainable development goals. Governments have signed it, and today they withdraw from their uh, international agreements, which is not a healthy practice at the global level. We need to look into it, and a thorough debate has to go. Even in the Gachibowli, why only the Central University student? Some universities have responded, but people of Hyderabad should have responded to that. Actually, it's not percolated. Everything
But
is getting
Hyderabad
supported.
Agriculture University, biodiversity area, the Chief Justice of Supreme High Court, then Justice Chandrachud comes and inaugurates a new High Court building in the rich biodiversity area. Now, the same Supreme Court, another justice, now he says, Kanche Gachibowli, 100 acres, how you can remove? He had forgot that their own Chandrachud Chief Justice has inaugurated by taking away rich biodiversity area in agriculture, Hyderabad Agriculture College, and also then 2,900 acres they are earmarking for naval radar. There is no sea land around Hyderabad, and it is a
Damagum.
forest area, and it is also Ramalingeshwara Swami, Hindus temple lands converted into forest. No BJP, no RSS speaks. BJP speaks about Kanche Kachavoli, but it doesn't speak about their Ramalingeshwara Swami lands. What is this nonsense going on? And Supreme Court very selective. Now we have seen Kozhikode to Palakkad to Kozhikode. The silent buffer zone, they have wildlife, everything is there in that silent buffer zone. They get clearance. So how do you look at this on this Earth Day, sir? The Earth is really becoming warmer and warmer, and all greeneries are being removed in the name of whether it is forest, buffer zone, everything is being removed in the name, or rich biodiversity areas are being converted into concrete jungles in the name of development. Is this what development is all about? How Mother
Yeah,
Earth,
you see,
what Mother Earth will be saying on this Earth Day?
long back, a university like Cornell, even in Canada, uh, commendable work and contributions have been done by EPA, Environment Protection Agency, yes. They came out with eco cities, eco industrial areas, clean technology, environment management, everything. But you see, suddenly last 20 years, the change in the socio-political systems across the world, precipitates what you said. Whether it is agriculture university, they are all biased things. But we can't afford to give a sweeping judgment on this. But thing is, we should look into it. The most dangerous thing, the message this Earth Day is giving, the disparity between richest and the poor is increasing in the world, not only in our country, but in the world. And today, everybody feels that the rising of the inflation is sign of development, but it is a very dangerous thing. I do not know what is happening to the social scientists and socialist party. Nobody is talking on these issues. I think it's time that the absence and weak social institutions will lead to the collapse of the global governance. And it will create anarchy, a very dangerous thing in this world. So my humble appeal to all the youngsters and concerned citizens is, please look into sustainable development goals and give equal opportunity to everybody to grow and prosper. It's not that education and some other things are the safe walk for the richest people. Today, we should question ourselves. The gold, which is a more an emotional family resource, today has become something different. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, because I just now your comment on this. Wildlife Board clears proposal to use Silent Valley buffer zone for national highway development in Kerala, Palakkad to Kozhikode highway. Before also they said silver line from Kannur to Thiruvananthapuram. That has been held back. Now, how do you this? Kerala being a learned state, literacy state, indulging in such type of things.
You see, in spite of the Wayanad disaster, still, we have stupid officers, I'm sorry to say, in the system that they are in hand in glove with the contractors, engineers. I'm very sorry. Officers have to build their consciousness. Officers have to work for the cause, for the rules of the book, not for you know, pretty pressures and other things. I do not know how this is going to react in the nature in sooner or later. I'm very sorry to say.
Yes, I'm reading it for Supreme Court again to understand. The Standing Committee of the National Board for Wildlife, NBW, has cleared a proposal to use 134.1 hectares of land, including 9.52 hectares of forest for the development of Palakkad Kozhikode Greenfield Highway. Again, they are mentioning Greenfield. I don't know because you are the master of from Roorkee IIT. You should explain me. Development and again Greenfield. I don't know. The highway will be passing through the buffer zone of the Silent Valley National Park at an aerial distance of 5.7 kilometers to 7.3 kilometers from the forest boundary. The total length of the highway is 121.006 kilometers. Works Minister P.A. Mahmood Riaz had informed the Kerala Assembly in January that the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has cleared the project. The highway passing through the districts of Palakkad, Malappuram, and Kozhikode will be developed as a high-speed corridor. The Zoological Survey, and they are all mourning. Your comments, sir. I don't know. Development again, Greenfield.
You see, these are all only cosmetic,
Yeah,
treatments or nomenclatures which they are using it.
yeah,
But on one side they say it's a high-speed corridor.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah. High
and
speed.
high-speed corridor in a forest area which has a wildlife boundary of 5 kilometers.
Yeah,
What will be the impact of this high-speed corridor? You just see distance 5 point
Six
park at an aerial distance of 5.7 kilometers to 7.3
kilometers.
kilometers from the forest boundary.
Yeah.
Did they do any scientific studies on the impact of the fast-moving vehicles on the boundary and don't you think that the animals will be crossing? We do not know anything. Everything is a secret. Okay, and they have not mentioned anything about the. See, some of the elephants are found crossing the highway and entering the west side, which may cause an escalation of human wild elephant conflict. This is also mentioned in this report. So
Now, what
we
I
do
don't
have
understand,
some.
the nation, Supreme Court ordered a high power committee in case of Gachibowli, Kanche Gachibowli case. Does it not that reflect on this project also? And across various projects, including Damagundam, Vikarabad, if that forest goes 2,900 acres, Hyderabad cannot survive. Why is Supreme Court is
Yes,
also very selective and discriminatory? Why governance? And you have seen Chhattisgarh, how they are removing the forest after forest. We have seen Uttarakhand. Entire India, one rule for one state or for one issue, wherever ruling party or opposition party wants to gain. And how is that Supreme Court doesn't have a clear-cut policy on environment and forests? Is this lack of governance or lack of understanding of the resources or what? Or else even the Supreme Court justices, the way Chandrachud has inaugurated the Chief Justice then, a new High Court building, removing rich biodiversity area in the Agriculture College. How do you look at this scenario? What would be your ultimate statement on this World
no,
Earth?
no, it is not the lack of finances or lack of. It is only because of the vested selfish interests, how things are moving. But it's a dangerous signal what we are receiving it. So we cannot afford to have this. We cannot afford to build another Wayanad and another disaster of Himalayan regions. What's happening? So we are not respecting any rules of the book. Then why these departments? Close all the departments. We don't need it. We only need contractors, engineers, and then some politicians to rule the country. This is an unfortunate thing. It's time that citizens should think of it. It's time The Earth temperatures are going up and up. The third polar region, Himalayas, is melting away. And still we want to build the hydroelectric projects there. Is there any report? And not only there, a small state like Telangana want to convert every inch of the land into a concrete. Is it possible? How do we look at the land use? Are we following the guidelines of the sustainable development? You see, everything is a confusion, and I do not know. Government has a bunch of advisors, retired IAS officers and other, but what the hell they are doing it? Are they guiding properly the policymakers? Policymakers may have certain, whims and fancies, certain dreams to develop, and sometimes they may get mesmerized by going into abroad and see certain things. But we are very bad culturally in following the regulations. We do not respect even the red light on the streets. What the hell we can do it on the environment regulations? We need to change, and it must come from the young generation. Young generation, yes, you are exposed. You are reading all contemporary challenges, and you are also exposing yourself to the new technologies, new management practices. Are we looking into all these things? We are only want to say goodbye to environment regulations, all the international record. Then why the hell government and policymakers go there, sign an accord and come back and say that we have signed this? No, it's not the time. We are passing through a very dangerous phase. It will burst like a nuclear bomb in the future. We need to protect the earth. The five elements of the earth. Earth does not mean, dharti ki maa hai, ye emotional. No. The five elements of the nature: water, energy, air, open space, and land. And today, we are experimenting everything, every crazy thing on the land, which will have direct impact on the other resources.
ఒక మాట తెలుగులో చెప్పండి సార్. ధాత్రి దినోత్సవం సందర్భంగా ఏం చెప్పదలుచుకున్నాం?
ఇవాళ ధరిత్రి దినోత్సవం సందర్భంగా భూమాత అని అంటే భూమాతకి 5 శక్తులు ఇస్తుంది: భూమి, గాలి, నీరు, శక్తి, ఓపెన్ స్పేసెస్ అని. దాన్ని తెలుగులో మనం ఆకాశం అంటాం. ఆకాశం కాదు, ఓపెన్ స్పేసెస్. ఒక ప్రాంతంలో ఎంత ఓపెన్ స్పేస్ ఉంది అని. మొన్న నిజంగా మణికొండలో కొన్ని ఎకరాల ఓపెన్ స్పేస్నే వాడెవడో కబ్జా చేసుకొని కట్టుకుంటూ ఉంటే పిల్లలు, అక్కడ ఆడుకునే పిల్లలు కంప్లైంట్ చేయడంతో హైడ్రో ఆఫీసర్ అవన్నీ కూలగొట్టి మళ్ళీ ఓపెన్ ల్యాండ్ కింద చేశాడు. కావాలి, మనం కూర్చున్నప్పుడే ఎల్బో స్పేస్ అని మనం చెప్తాం. అలాంటప్పుడు ఈ 5 ఎలిమెంట్స్ని మన డెవలప్మెంట్ ప్లాన్లో మనం అమర్చుకోకపోతే వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఫేస్ మచ్ మోర్ డిసాస్టర్స్. We cannot save
పంచభూతాలను
పంచభూత: భూమి, నీరు,
ఆకాశం,
గాలి, శక్తి, ఓపెన్ స్పేసెస్.
ఆకాశం.
ఈ ఓపెన్ స్పేసెస్, గ్రీన్ పార్క్స్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఉండాలి. అంతేనే కానీ ఏదో దరిద్రమా అని ఆ, మనం డాన్సులు చేసుకోవడం కాదు. మనం ఏ విధంగా ఈ 5 వనరులను రక్షించుకోగలుగుతాం. ఈ ఏడాది ముఖ్యంగా మంచు పర్వతాలని రక్షించుకోవాలి అన్న స్లోగన్ ఇచ్చారు. మరి మంచు పర్వతాలని సంరక్షించుకోవాలి అని అంటే మరి మనం వదిలే విషవాయువులు అన్నింటినీ కూడా కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోవాలి కదా. మరి వాటిని కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోకుండా మనము విషవాయువులను వదులుతున్నాం, మంచు పర్వతాలు కరిగిపోతున్నాయి, టెంపరేచర్ పెరిగిపోతుంది. ఈరోజు 35 45 డిగ్రీలకు ఆల్రెడీ కొన్ని ప్రాంతాలు వచ్చేసాయి అని అంటే మరి ఏ విధంగా మనం మళ్ళా ఈ ఈ ఎర్త్ డే రోజు స్లోగన్ ఏమిటి? పవర్ అండ్ ప్లానెట్, అంటే ఎనర్జీ అండ్ ప్లానెట్ అని అంటే ఎనర్జీని మనం ఎంత పొదుపుగా వాడుకుంటాము, ఎంత గ్రీన్ ఎనర్జీని వాడుకుంటాము, బిల్డింగ్ మెటీరియల్స్లలో కూడా మార్పులు తీసుకొస్తాము అన్నది ఉండాలి. అంతేనే కానీ ఫ్యూచర్ సిటీ, ఆ సిటీ, ఈ సిటీ అనుకుంటూ మనం అసలు మెటీరియల్స్ గురించి కానీ టెక్నాలజీల గురించి కానీ దీని ఇంపాక్ట్ ఏ విధంగా వస్తుందని కానీ ఎక్కడన్నా యూనివర్సిటీస్లో కానీ కాలేజెస్లలో కానీ మిగతా సంస్థలలో కానీ మనం మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాము. మళ్ళీ నాకే ఆశ్చర్యం అవుతుంది, హెచ్ఎండిఏలో స్పేషియల్ ప్లానర్స్ అని సపరేట్గా ఉద్యోగాలు కూడా ఉన్నాయి. మరి వాళ్ళందరూ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? బిల్డింగ్ అతుక్కొని కట్టుకుంటున్నారు, టెంపరేచర్స్ ఇదవుతున్నాయి. ఇంకొక కోవిడ్ లాంటిది వస్తే అందరు లేచిపోతారు. ఆర్ వి నాట్ లవింగ్ అవర్ చిల్డ్రన్? పొద్దున్నే లేచి దేవుడి ఫోటం కాదు, నీ కొడుకుతో, నీ మనమరాలతో, నీ మనమంతో ఫోటోస్.
వాళ్ళకి ఏం మిగులుస్తున్నాం? వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ వీఆర్ సేవింగ్?
మనం వాళ్ళకి ఏం మిగులుస్తున్నాము అన్నది, ఎటువంటిది మిగులుస్తున్నాము అన్నది.
వాట్ ఈస్ ది క్వాలిటీ
అంతేనే కానీ
యు ఆర్ సేవింగ్ ఫర్ ది ఫ్యూచర్ జనరేషన్? టైం అయిపోయింది సార్.
ఎవరు
మాట చెప్పండి, ఒకటే మాట. టైం అయిపోయింది, ఒకటే మాట
చెప్పండి.
ఒక్క మాట ఏం చెప్పదలుచుకున్నారు?